bit, right, about our thoughts on that topic. So now let's introduce each other, right? But first of all, are you are you here like for the very first time, Tainá and Gustavo, or not?
Yes, I'm here for the first time.
For the very first time. That's awesome. So how about you, Tainá?
On TNT?
Yeah.
Yes, my first time I started like 1 week ago.
Okay. That's nice. So guys, let me quickly explain how TNT works. So TNT is a platform where we gather to talk in English or in French, Italian, German, so on and so forth. So a host will come up with a theme, a topic, and a few questions. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss stuff, and that's basically it. We also, there's also classes, English classes here. No problem, Nando. We also have English classes. So if you're interested in taking classes, English classes especially, you can go over our website, okay, and check out some plans there if that interests you. Okay, so guys, we're now online. We're now live on YouTube, and that's great because we can watch ourselves later afterwards, and that's nice. So that's it. Let's get started. Gustav, would you mind? Can you introduce yourself? Who are you?
Yes, so I'm Gustavo. I'm 26 years old. I'm living in Apucarana, Paraná. I'm a civil engineer. I'm working for Grupo Boticário, working with customer experience now, and I'm passionate about English. So when I was a child, I study English by myself, and I learned a lot alone. I tried to practice with some people in internet and read some books and some notice. And today I here to practice and to know more about TNT. I think so.
Okay, that's nice. And let me ask you, have you been studying English like till these days by yourself?
Sorry.
So, have you been studying English by yourself till these days? Like you're still studying English by yourself?
Oh, so now I don't do
Okay.
because I'm working a lot and I don't prioritize this, but I want to return.
I see. Great. That's nice. Here, um, you're here, and that's nice. That's a kind of studying English in the best of the ways, speaking. Thanks for,
Yes,
you see? Thanks,
it's the first
Gustavo.
step.
Sorry?
You're welcome.
That's
Be
it.
here, it's a first step.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Right. So how about you, Taina? Who are you?
My name is Tainá. I have 25 years old. I live in Rio. And what I have to say now? Sorry.
You're going to introduce yourself. Who are you?
Okay. I I'm in
You
Rio.
forgot who you are. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay. I live with my boyfriend, and I always love studying English because I think so. I have so much fun when I study English, and that's why I'm looking for TNT, and I'm like it. And that's it. I want to improve my conversation and my English.
Okay. And I mean, TNT, it's one of the best places to practice, huh? That's nice. You live in Rio de Janeiro. That's nice. What do you like most about Rio de Janeiro, Tainá? I just interrupted.
I like the events,
Mm-hmm.
and some days I go to the beach.
Oh, I see.
It's
That's
here,
nice.
but I go. And I don't know, I like to just stay home watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like this.
I see. That's nice. Thanks for sharing, Tainá. Right? And last but not least, Angel.
Hey, so
Who
hello
are you?
everyone. Be welcome, Gustavo and Taina. My name is Enda
Welcome
Miller.
aboard.
I'm geologist, PhD student, and I've been hosting here on TT since the beginning of the last year, I think. And yeah, that's it.
That's it. All
Yep.
right. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Angel. So, guys, me, right? I'm Melissa, but you can call me Mel. I'm 19. I work in education and I don't have kids. What else? I'm based in São Paulo and I'm also a hostess here on TNT for, I don't know, but I'm a hostess here. Okay, guys, that's enough. Let's get started because we're taking too long and I'm pretty excited to talk about it. So, sup YouTube, this evening we'll be talking about kids. And the second question goes, is having children somehow selfish? And then, Endo, what's your take on that?
Oh my God, this topic's so hard.
Yeah.
Well, I really don't know because I was thinking here since I saw this question. Because I think we can consider selfish have kids, have children, but also we can consider somehow selfish do not have children, because sometimes I think the reason that the people try to explain that they don't want to have kids, some kind of more or less selfish, but they try to hide, like it's hard. The world is very problematic. You have to handle with this, all the bad stuff that happen in the world. So it's something also selfish, because if you consider the life good, like you are seeing all the problem, but you also want to live in this world, you get some value on it. And you are considering, you are kind of considering that other person can do not like, or do not enjoy the world and so on. And yeah, I really don't know how to explain very clearly, but I think can consider, yeah, in sum up, we can consider kind of selfish, but not only having a kid, but also do not have a kid, in my opinion.
Interesting. What a conundrum. Right. Let's see, what do you guys think, guys? Gustavo, do you agree with Andel? Do you think differently?
So I think when you decide to not have a child, you are not somehow selfish. I think it's an opinion, a personal opinion, and everybody have space to think different and to do what they want for himself or herself. I think it's opinion, basically.
All right. It's kind of so personal, isn't it? I see.
Yes, it's personal.
Right? right? Taina, what's your take on that question?
I think if you are able to provide love, care, education, a safe life, I think having children can be selfish because it's so much responsibility and his life depends on you. And if you can give all this for his, I don't think if he was good.
Girl, like as you see it, having children in my mind, it's a competence, you know? I think you've mentioned something like that. It's a competence. It has nothing to uh it has nothing to do with maternal instinct or parenthood instinct. It all comes down to competence and skill. So I'm with you on that, Taina, honestly. Guys, now that I am reading this question, I thought a lot about it. And yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? In my mind, I don't think that it's selfish to not have children since it's a competence. Like in my mind, it's a skill, it's a competence. Not everyone is able to be a parent, you know? So that's basically it. And what comes to mind, I don't know, thinking about selfishness and stuff, maybe it's like when that saying comes up, like, who's going to look after you as you age? I mean, why I'm saying that? Because I think that is selfish when we project onto children our needs, you know? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's my point on that. Yes, Endo? Would you like to say
Interesting.
something else?
No, interesting. I would ask you what do you think about this question, because it's very interesting. I mean, well, because you told us about the skills and so on and competence, but well, who will judge, the competence of to be a parent or not? It's very hard to, because you only can judge it, after this thing, not like, because we have to consider that the kid changed a lot, the parent and all the people in general, and it's very hard to think about it, because even if you adopt someone, we can consider the same. Okay, they aren't able to be good parents, adopting, and can mess others' life. Who will judge it? It's it's a question. I want to know.
Man, I see what you mean, but guys, can you picture yourself like you don't know if you're capable enough to be a parent, and then you decide to have a child, and then you regret it? Can you picture that? That's a question.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to sleep this night thinking about it.
Me neither.
And that's right? But I mean, I'm still thinking about competence and skills. Why? Because I have witnessed many dysfunctional families, So you kind of can tell if you kind of can tell who is able to have a child or not. Well, that's how I see it. That's my point on that. So I'm heading over to Taina because she wanted to say something. Go on, Taina, please.
No, I was saying that I agree with you. And I think it is, you have to, I don't know, it's so much responsibility. Is one life in your hand, and I think the same.
Oui. Yeah, you say that's too personal, but what Angel just bring up, that's makes a lot of sense. We gotta sleep on it for sure. Right. So still speaking of having or not having children, Gustavo, are you decided when it comes to have or not having kids?
So I wanna have a kid, but I'm not deciding when. I think 5 more years, 6 more years. I think I'm young yet.
Do you find yourself too young to have children?
So not young in terms of age. I think I'm young of other perspectives. I think I need to develop my professional skills and personal skills to be parent. I think it's a lot of responsibility. So I think I need to grow more.
I see, man, you're so self-aware. That's nice. So grounded. That's nice. Good to hear that. Okay, thanks for sharing. Tainá, I'm really eager to hear it from you because you don't want to have children, right?
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on the third question?
The third,
Yeah.
I don't want to have children because I think about the world today. I think the world is so stable and we don't know what happened tomorrow. And I think the society is so cruel too. And I'm afraid what my children can find in the future, no? And I'm afraid about that. So now I don't want to have a children. I don't know about the future. I can change my mind, and I now I wanted to have children, but not yet.
I see. So you kind of relate with that guy on the video, right? I'd say. So
yes.
Go on.
No. It's okay.
All right. So you know what, guys? These thoughts of yours, Tainá, it relates to the anti-natalism movement. Have you guys ever seen or heard about it? It's a child-free movement. Have you ever got a chance to hear about it?
Yes.
Yeah. So
they
totally go for this idea. That makes sense. Come on. Climate change and stuff, like the world, it's not a favorable place to bring up children anymore due to climate change, violence, this kind of things. Interesting. How about you, Wendell?
Yeah, it's basically that, this kind of mentality I consider selfish in terms of we are producing all this, this problematic reality. And for example, what Taina says about, the world's so dangerous, so on. But, the world was dangerous in the past, is dangerous right now, and will be dangerous in the future. Will be always, it's basically that we are facing something new that we don't know, how problematic could be. So, for example, in terms of maturity, like Gustavo says, sometimes we need to face a new reality, to jump in other levels, something like that. It's not now I'm very prepared to be a parent. Now we have, it's something like even funny to say, oh, I'm very prepared. Nowadays, I consider that I'm very prepared. Maybe in terms of money and something like that, but even think in terms of, financial terms, I consider that it's something that we don't know. And sometimes and somehow I think that people try to hide, but the reality is a kind of selfish. I feel, a little bit, yeah, that's what I feel.
I see, I see. Man, it's such a conundrum, a paradox, you know? That's basically
Yeah.
everything you said. The road is dangerous, the road is chaotic, but at the same time, we are on this road and we are producing it, kind of it.
Yeah, and also to be really, really, really honest, we have to consider, for example, to get close the discussion, like, what do you think about your parents or our parents, you know? Do you consider they are good parents, you know? Because like we like to discuss, you know, something that is a kind of more or less far. But when when we start to discuss about the people that is close to us, we try to protect, oh, because my father or my mother, no, they change it, but you know, they are very good and so on, and you know, and well, we have to be really honest and be hard with the discussion, you know. So it's a conundrum, like you said. It's very hard, like you said. The world we have mass in the future, like everybody already know. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I see. Guys, honestly, okay, the world is chaotic. I'm going to be honest right now. The world is chaotic. It has always been chaotic, as Endo put it. And you know, at the end of the day, everything comes down to money. You know, money runs the road. And why I'm saying that? Because if you have like if you are financially stable, you can kind of build a bubble, a healthy bubble that you can bring a child, you know? You can bring a child into this world. My point on that is that everything comes down to money. So even though I am quite decided that I don't want to have children, like, and what sealed the deal about it, like when I realize it that I don't want to have children, is when I reflect on my mom's sacrifices, you know. When I reflect on that, I start to think that my mom sacrificed too much when it comes to her career and stuff, like her well-being, to provide me a decent life. I've messed it up a lot of topics here, but I don't want to have children because of my mom experiences, you know, and she's a single mom. I have to address that. She was a teen mom, and man, I've been experiencing
My mom too.
what? You see? Would you like to talk more about it, Taina? If you don't feel like it, that's okay.
No, I can talk, but I don't know if I can find the words. But my mom was pregnant when she was 15, and she gave a birth when she was 16. And when I was 18 years, she had another children. So I have a sister. We have 18 years of difference in age. And my mom was a single mom too, on the two kids, and was very hard to her. And I don't want to, okay, I have 25, but I think that I am too young to have a baby now. It's not my priority.
I see, I see, I see. Well, my mom, like she gave me birth like when she was at her 16, when she was 16. We have like similar background stories here.
Yes,
So
cool.
you see? So that's basically it, guys. Regarding the chaotic road thing, I think that money, it's kind of everything because we are conditioned to live like that, you know? So I think if you have financial stability, maybe you can provide like a bubble to your child. That's my point on that. Okay, guys. Okay, now that one is interesting. The fourth question goes, what does it take to be a parent? Do you picture yourself as a parent? And then, Gustavo, share with us.
Yes, I picture myself as a parent in the future. I think you uh, exemplificou muito so good. I think it's basically money. The money is the thing that definitely decided if you will be a parent or when you will be a parent. I think it's a very good condition, and you bring a lot of examples. Like my mom was a parent so young too. She was pregnant when she was 17 years old, and I think she wanted to be prepared to be a mom in a lot of terms, in financial terms and young terms too. So resume, I'm thinking, yeah, see my picture and be a parent, but in the future.
Oh, that's nice. You're pretty self-aware about it. That's nice. Good to know that we share similar stories, guys. Right. How about you, Wendell? Now I am curious.
Uh, well, what does it take to be a parent? I think it should reflects a lot about the life, the world, the conditions, and try to be very kind of aware about all the problem that could have in the future in terms of not only money, but also in terms of emotion and, psychological stuff I think is needed. And it's something that I consider that, the generation of my father, they didn't have and haven't, hadn't. And I see because I like kids. I like to see this perspective, in terms of the life and see the kids and always when I see a kid, I try to, help somehow in terms of, oh, what do you want? What do you like? It's interesting to be, engaged on it. And I think it's important to pay attention, on the kids. That's it.
I see. That's right. Like emotional baggage, it's pretty important, like pretty important to address. And
Yeah.
honestly, you see, and honestly, that's one of the things that I'm quite sure that I don't want to be a parent. Okay, I'm 19. I have like my whole life in front of me, but I'm pretty aware that I have tons of emotional conflict and this emotional baggage that that I definitely going to project those onto these potential children that I'm not having. So besides money, I think these are like two key factors, money and emotional baggage. Because I don't know you guys, but I go to therapy. Like I used to go to therapy because of my parents. I think everybody goes to therapy to address
Totally.
parent issues.
Yeah. but
That's it.
but it's hard because well, I don't know if you consider that and or agree, but I think they did what they could at that moment. And when I see you speak with us, Taina, as well, I see that they did a good job, because you were talking to me. I know your ideas, and, I think it's awesome, your opinion. And you have to think more about the origin of it, and the product and the result that you are the result. I am a result of problematic stuff in the past from my parents as well. But now, when I see my sister, for example, it's awesome because I think, my sister is awesome. She's very smart and wonderful. And, you know, it's different. It's something that we cannot predict. Yeah. And some, you know, something that we cannot predict, this kind of transference of emotion and so on. And I think when I feel that we are prepared in terms of, oh, I think I would like to help. I think this is a point, very good question, you know, I would like to help a kid. And you can consider that, well, now I think I'm prepared to have a kid because I would like to have other person, and I think I can do it. I think it's a good point.
I see. Right. Gotta sleep on it even more. Thanks for sharing, though. And thanks for the compliment as well. Right. How about you, Taina? Share your thoughts on that question.
If I wanna be parent?
Yeah, there are like two questions, right? What does it take to be a parent? And do you picture yourself as a parent?
What does it take? I think you have to take money, first of all, because the children spend so much money, and you have to be I don't know, you have to provide a good life to your children. You have to provide education, love, and I think it's the first one thing that people have to think if they're ready to give our children, because it's so much responsibility. I don't stop thinking that his life depends on me. So I can handle my life? No. So why should I can handle the other life humans, you know? And that's it. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And that's it. I don't want to have a children by now. I don't know, maybe in the future. And that's why I don't see me as a parent now, but in the future, I don't know. I can change my mind.
I see. Man, you see, I can't help. Kids are expensive. And like when I mention money, I'm totally with you on that, Taina, because money means access to culture, access to education. If you want to walk around the city, you must have money on you, you know? So money means all the aspects of our lives. Everything comes down to money. And I'm saying that because I am adulting, and god damn it, I am pretty sure about that, you know? There are a bunch of opportunities and experiences that I've been losing on it, missing out on it because of money, you know? Like as I mentioned before, we are conditioned to live like this due to capitalism, you know?
Yes.
So
if I don't have money, I can do all things that I want to do.
Yeah, that's sad. But it's the reality. And yeah, another point.
We leave it to work, get money, and work and get more money, and we die. And
Wait, chill out. Calm down. I see, I totally feel you. But that's it, you know? And man, the lack of money like makes us all sad, you know, depressed. Like you can go over the news, so you can tell that. I mean, that's my point on that. Gustavo and Angel, do you guys want to share something else? Address anything? Just open your mic and go on. I'm gonna take it as a no. Yeah, Angel, go on.
I will tell. I think I already told it, but I will expand a little bit that if you pay attention on our conditions, you know, we always will want to more money, and because we won't consider enough to support someone and support ourselves. So I think it's a kind of dream that we don't know, in terms money we need to support our life and so on, because we are considering something that we don't know. For example, I will talk about, for example, some part of my family. They don't want to have a kid and so on, but it's a choice, and that's okay. But when I hear they talking and discussing about money, they always want more, and like it's not enough because the life is so expensive. I need to have this or that, so we have to sometimes to reflect about it. The money is necessary to, you know in here I'm not considering to have a kid or not, only the reflection about the money, and the possibility that what we can do with the money, because the more we have, more we will want.
I see what you mean. Like, the more we have, the more we want, and then when we achieve what we want, we are bored. So we're gonna come up with another
Absolutely.
goals.
Yeah.
You see? But I mean, when I talk about money, I don't know if I am sounding like superficial, but when I say money, I mean access to culture, access to education, the basics.
Yeah, I got it.
You see,
Yeah.
the basics, and that's terrifying. We need like money to have access to the basics to exist, So that's what I'm trying to say. I see your point, but I'm afraid I kind of
Yeah,
disagree.
I'm
Not
not
disagree. I have a
disagreeing.
different point of view.
Yeah, no, it's not different. I'm just at this point because it's
Oh,
interesting, but I totally got you, what you said, and I totally agree.
mhm.
You do not sounds like superficial, and was very awesome. I'm just adding this point because just to reinforce this, this discussion and so on.
I see. I'm going to rewatch it so that maybe I'm gonna understand you better. I don't know. Maybe I've misunderstood. Tainá? If you're
Oi?
speaking, you're muted.
Não, eu acho que eu caí, gente. Não sei como é que se fala isso em
No.
inglês.
I'm listening, Taina.
Yeah, we are listening to you. You didn't
Okay.
disconnect.
Yes, disconnect. Learn.
Would you like to say something else or not?
No.
No,
That's
no problem. No problem. So moving on, guys. Is the fifth question. Is there a right time to have kids? That's interesting. And then, Gustavo, is there a right time to have kids?
I think yeah, and sometimes I think no. So, like share with us. I think you have to are enough develop their psychological, and you have a great financial condition. You can bring a culture, a good education for your kids. So at the same time, I think it's a personal decision if you want to be a parent. More young, some people decide to be a parent more old. So I'm definitely don't have an opinion definitely about it.
Man, I'm totally with you. Like at the same time that I think that's totally a personal choice. I'm not going to say that it's kind of okay to have children when you are underage, But at the same time, it's a personal choice. Like, I can't put a finger on it. So that's it. At the same time, I'm totally with you. At the same time that I think that's your choice, to have or not to have children. But I do think that's kind of problematic having children when you are underage, for example. I like to address this specific point. Yes, Gustavo.
Yes, you perfect exemplify it.
You see, I share the same as you, man. That's it. How about you, Tainá? Do you think differently?
No, I agree. I think you have to be prepared. You have to be money, condition, and mental health because you're gonna use your mental health so much.
That's it. Like, I would say that we must exercise our mental health, confront our, what was the name? Our triggers, confront our whole emotional baggage, That's basically it. How about you, Wendell? You see?
Yeah, it was awesome what you told about the underage because I totally agree. And about the right time, I think I agree with you all. Like you have to be prepared. And also we have to point out that considering that we already know the consequences of our psychological stuffs from our parents, you have to reconsider that, when you decide to have a kid, like, treat in a very good way in that terms, in terms of emotion, affection, and mental health, because I think it's required right now because we are seeing over the world, but in the future will be worse. So we have to always think in terms of mental health and affection and so on, because it's very important. And I think the last generation, they do not, I think we all agree about it because they don't think, it's a kind of, oh, you are weak, you have bad emotion, like, oh, you are weak, you are suffering because you are lazy and so on. But now we can see how dangerous, it is. Yeah, that's it.
That's right. Like you totally say it when you mentioned that the latest generation is talking about mental health. Like such an important, such a relevant example about it was that athlete. Do you know, guys? It's an North American athlete that
Yeah.
she is from gymnastics. She practices gymnastics, and she didn't give up. She didn't give up, but she kind of write off like on the Olympics because of her mental health. Simone Biles, do you guys have?
Yes,
You see?
I was saying yes, one bios.
Yeah, and why I'm saying that? Because that's such a great example that we are talking about it. We simply talking about it. We are addressing, and that's amazing. That, like as you said, Angel, that's nice. Guys, would you like to share anything else? Is there any question that you like to answer right now, specifically? You can just open your mic and go on. Yes? No? No? Yes?
No, for me it's okay.
Alrighty. Then moving on. This one is interesting as well, which is the sixth one. There's a statement that goes like, I chose not to have children because there are so many other things in the world I would prefer to explore and experience. I don't dislike children at all, but I do not feel I have to have any. Do you relate to that statement? And then, Angel, do you relate to it?
Well, I really don't know because I think it's in line with what I told you about the selfish in that terms. We always like think we will be always young. Yeah, want to explore the world and the possibilities growing a lot. And yeah, I consider that's a kind of more or less selfish, and that's it's like you said, it's a personal choice, and so on. That's okay.
Mm-hmm. I see, I see, I see. I share the same as you, honestly. Right. How about you, Taina? Do you think differently?
No, but I think this is a statement so strong, and I agree, but I don't know, maybe in the future I can disagree. Now I agree. But it is so strong that, oh my God, I don't dislike children at all. I don't dislike children, but I don't think I can care about one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think today.
I see. I'm totally with you. Like, I don't have children. I don't want to have children, but I love children. Like, I work with children. I love spending time with them. I love spending time with my little cousins. And what I love most, it's like sending them home to their parents. Like after 2 hours, 3 hours, that's basically it. And another thing that I like to point out, like personally speaking, I don't feel like I've been experiencing too much out of my adulthood and adolescence. So I would like to experience a bunch of things that in the future. And a child would kind of not be a problem, but an obstacle. Am I a terrible person saying that? I wouldn't get the most out of the experiences that I hope to experience if I had a child. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You see? How about you, Gustavo? Do you think the same?
Yes, I agree with you. Like Taina said, it's a strong statement, and I think be a parent is not a fixed decision. It's moving with the time.
Mm-hmm. I see. Great. So, guys, I think we can wrap up this conversation. Um, I'm conducting this conversation a little longer because I was kind of late when I was opening up this meeting. But anyways, there is a guy on YouTube, Clayton. I am reading your messages in the chat, and you can click on our description to show up in our meetings. And welcome aboard, Clayton. Angel, help me out. Can you see Clayton in the chat? You can click on the description, so you
Not yet,
can
but
show
I'll
up.
find right now.
Thank you so much. Guys, that's it. And again, if you want to take English classes, check out our plans on our website that I am about to share right now or not. But anyways, go over YouTube and rate this conversation. Was it interesting? So leave a comment. And that's basically it, guys. Did you guys enjoy the conversation? Especially
Yeah.
Tainá and Gustavo.
I love it.
Awesome. That's great, guys. How about you, Gustavo?
Yes, I like it. It was awesome. Don't practice English a lot of time. I think
Mhm.
so. 6 months I don't talk with someone in English. I think it's I have some difficulty now for the first time,
Mhm.
but I like it so much.
I didn't even realize it, man. You did great. Looking forward to seeing you in the next meetings, huh?
When
How about
is-
you, Wendell? Let me ask you again.
Sorry.
Go on, Tainá. You've said something.
No, when is your English classes?
This Friday, at 8 a.m. We're not going live on YouTube. Guys, Felipe Soares. Do you know Felipe Soares? Talking about YouTube. Felipe Soares, he's going live on YouTube, and he's going to address some techniques in English. So if you want to sharpen your skills in English, watch his live on YouTube. That's it. My final memo. Guys, that's it. Angel, would you like to say something? Did you enjoy this conversation?
Oh my God, it was very, very, very awesome. You know, I learned a lot from you, and I think it's very, I love this kind of, controversy topic. It's not controversy, but it's important topic. But the people in general, they are afraid to discuss because it could be
Yes.
very bit hard and so on. But well, congrats, Mel. Was awesome.
Thank you. And let's right, it's kind of a taboo, isn't it? It shouldn't be.
Yeah, you're right.
But anyways, that's it. My wonderful people, thank you so much for showing up. And I see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Tainá. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Gustavo. Bye, Mel.
Bye.
Thanks a
See
lot.
you. And join Angel's meetings, guys, as well.
Yes.
Make your propaganda. Very quick, Angel.
Didn't have time anymore, but tomorrow 9 a.m.
Tomorrow 9 a.m.
Be there.
Bye.
Bye-bye.